Welcome back to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're joining us today because, honestly, we're diving into one of the most transformative concepts in personal development. Today, we are unpacking the core of Stephen R. Covey's Habit 2 from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and it's brilliantly titled, Begin with the End in Mind. Look, if you've ever felt like you're grinding away, working incredibly hard but not actually getting anywhere, well, this explainer is exactly what you need. Let's get right into it. Okay, let's dive into this. Have you ever had one of those stretches where you were just insanely busy for weeks? I mean, you're crossing things off, running around, constantly fighting fires in your inbox, only to suddenly pause and realize, wait a minute, I'm not actually moving toward anything that truly matters. It's a super common, incredibly exhausting pain point. We feel busy, sure, but somehow we also feel completely lost. Which brings us to section 1, the busy but lost trap. Where exactly are you going? This right here is the modern dilemma. So many of us work our tails off, we stay busy, and we accomplish this absolute mountain of daily tasks, yet we still feel this deep sense of being lost. Why is that? Well, it's because we never actually stop to ask ourselves where we're trying to end up. We're great at crossing items off our to-do lists, but we totally forget to check the map. Covey actually captured this danger with a pretty haunting metaphor. He said, if the ladder is not leaning against the right wall, every step we take just gets us to the wrong place faster. Just think about that for a second. So many people spend their entire lives endlessly chasing money, status, promotions, and hey, there's absolutely nothing wrong with those goals in a vacuum, but the problem pops up when they become our only goals, without any deeper vision behind them. People climb this ladder of success only to discover, way at the top, that it was leaning against the totally wrong wall. They get everything they thought they wanted, but still feel completely unfulfilled because they never actually defined what success meant to them. Section 2. Everything is created twice. First in the mind, then in reality. So, how do we avoid climbing the wrong wall? Covey introduces this massive shift in perspective. Every single meaningful achievement is actually created twice. First in your mind, and then out there in the physical world. And that leads us straight to the core definition of Habit 2. To begin with the end in mind literally means defining what success looks like and intentionally choosing your life's direction before you take any action. This concept is an absolute game changer. It shifts us from just reacting to whatever random chaos gets thrown at us on a Tuesday morning to taking true, intentional control over our destination. Because without clear answers to what we want, it is way too easy to spend years pursuing goals that just don't matter to us. And this brilliantly illustrates the point. Think of an architect's blueprint. Just like an architect creates a highly detailed blueprint before a single brick is laid or a foundation is poured, we need to create a vision for our lives before we start making those big, important decisions. I mean, you wouldn't build a house without knowing what it's supposed to look like, right? So why on earth would you build your life that way? Moving on to Section 3, the 80th birthday exercise. It's time to define your legacy. To help us draw up that personal blueprint, Covey introduces a really powerful visualization exercise. It's designed to just cut right through the noise of daily life and uncover your absolute deepest, most authentic values. I want you to imagine you're attending your own 80th birthday celebration. Picture your family, your friends, and your colleagues all standing up and speaking about your life. What would you actually want them to say about you? Really let this sink in for a moment. When the dust settles and all is said and done, would you want to be remembered as a loving family member, a fiercely loyal, trusted friend? Notice how these questions just immediately strip away all the superficial stuff. They force you to really look inward and consider if your true legacy is rooted in the quality of your relationships and how you treated the people around you. Or, maybe you want them to talk about how you were a deeply respected leader, someone who made a profoundly positive impact on your community. This exercise is incredible because it reveals what truly matters to you right at the core. When we know exactly how we want our story to end, we can make vastly better, way more aligned decisions today. Section 4. Your personal mission statement. Think of this as your life's constitution. So once you've done that deep reflection, how do you anchor it into reality so you don't just wake up and forget about it tomorrow? That's exactly where your personal mission statement comes in. You can think of this document as your life's constitution. It basically just describes who you want to be, what you stand for, and how you want to live. And listen, it doesn't have to be some 50-page legal document. It doesn't need to be long at all. But it serves as your personal true north. It guides your choices, making absolutely sure that you are dictating your path, instead of just letting society define what success looks like for you. For example, it might be as simple as saying, I want to live with integrity, continuously learn,
support my family, and help others grow through my work. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that there is absolutely no wrong version of this statement. Your mission statement just has to reflect your own unique, personal values and goals. The only thing that truly matters here is that it authentically guides your everyday decisions.
Section 5. Applying Habit 2 daily. Let's move to and see how this builds into everyday intentionality. Because here's the thing, Habit 2 isn't just for massive long-term dreams or sweeping 10-year plans. It is incredibly practical for your everyday life. Try this. Before starting a project, ask yourself, what exact outcome am I trying to achieve here? Before jumping into yet another meeting, ask, what specific result do I want from this discussion? And before any major life decision, will this move me closer to the person I actually want to become? People who think this way, who actively bring their blueprint into the daily grind, make highly intentional choices, and as a result, they waste far less energy on all those trivial things that just don't matter. To logically prove why this works so well, let's contrast two hypothetical business owners. Person A just wants to make money. They have no clear long-term vision, and they're constantly changing direction based on whatever the latest shiny trend is. Now contrast that with Person B. Person B has a crystal clear purpose, knows exactly who they want to help, and makes every single decision based on their core mission. I mean, it's pretty easy to see that after a few years, Person B is going to be far more focused, wildly more successful, and most importantly, fulfilled. Why? Because they started with the end in mind. Section 6. Take action today. Let's make this a reality.
We've covered a lot of fantastic ground today, so let's summarize this methodology into 5 key lessons that you can start using immediately. Number 1, everything is created twice, mental first, then physical. Number 2, please don't let society decide what success means, define it for yourself. Number 3, having a clear vision makes your daily decision-making so much easier. Number 4, your values provide direction when circumstances change. And finally, number 5, your personal mission statement becomes the ultimate compass for your life. So the crucial point is this. While Habit 1 taught us that we are fully responsible for our choices, Habit 2 is what actually gives those choices a clear direction.
Now I want to leave you with a challenge for this week. I want you to take action on these 4 simple steps. Step 1, jot down 3 things you want people to remember about you. Step 2, identify your top 5 absolute core personal values. Step 3, draft a quick, simple personal mission statement. And finally, Step 4, take a look at just one major goal you currently have and ask yourself, does this actually align with the life I want to create? Doing this is exactly how you ensure your ladder is leaning against the right wall. Remember, true success absolutely does not happen by accident. When you intentionally begin with the end in mind, every single decision you make becomes more meaningful. So I'll leave you with this final provocative thought from the source material to ponder today. If your life were a book, what would you want the final chapter to say about you? Really think about it. And then go out there and intentionally design the rest of your story. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.